If you're seeing this message, then this video is for you. I have the intention of being a clear and open channel for the divine so that messages can come through that will help guide you on your path. Now, if you are seeing this, it's because you've lost resonance, or you're losing resonance with the world around you, and you're on your spiritual awakening. And we have thorns. Weave together the crown you deserve. Now, to me, this all screams looking around at everything that has happened to you, right? The thorns that are in your life, the things that didn't work out, the things that were supposed to be different, the things that you didn't go for and wish you would, all of that has you sitting in your current reality, right? Because we are just the effect of all of our past choices. We are the consequences of the shit we did before. And I don't mean that in like every choice we made was negative, but there have been negative outcomes, right? And this is telling you, take what's left, take what you have around you, those thorns, take all of that, the experiences, what path you took versus what you didn't, how it worked out. Like, seriously, sit and document all of your fucking life and all the shit you're left with that you don't like. Use it to build yourself back up. Like, it doesn't say somebody's going to come in and save you. It doesn't say someone's going to come in and give you a crown. It says, weave together the crown you deserve. So, what do you deserve? What do you want? How are you going to chase it? This is saying, and I like this because originally when I read thorns, I thought a crown of thorns, right? The deeper, darker side, like bringing out your warrior, bringing out your battle ready goddess, right? That, no. But when I look at it, and that's how I feel, that's just the path that I'm on. But when I look at this, I see all the flowers that they're putting on, the nice pretty pink, kind of a peachy color, and they're all happy, they're all cheerful. I mean, there's a little girl involved, right? So it's not a dangerous activity, and you can tell that they are abundantly blessed with these flowers. So they are able to just pick off whatever they need. It's all there for them, and weave together what they deserve, which I love that the flowers are on there, because that is bringing in your softer, more nurturing, more patient, more loving side, right? There's no rush on this card. They're just enjoying time with each other. And maybe that's what they deserve. Maybe they've been doing something else and they really just want to bring it back down to values. Maybe that's where you are. Right? For me, that was a huge part of my spiritual awakening, was realizing what I actually valued in my life, what I wanted to put my time and energy into, what was no longer in alignment for me, and then start to make that shift. And it's going to be different from everyone. But let me get some tarot cards as well and see if there's any further guidance. Spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, beloved ancestors, light forces of the quantum realm, calling you for guidance and clarity. What other messages do you have? Just the one? Okay. So this is Four of Swords. Sorry, let me hold it somewhere else. And if you look at this, she is lying in a nest with her heart outside of her body. So right after Three of Swords, right, and that horrible heartbreak, three swords piercing the body, we have the Four of Swords. And this is all about resting. This is all about recuperating. Okay, this is all about looking at what's around you and using it to help you, right? She had to build that nest, right? So she had to find those twigs somewhere. And I mean, look at the theme here between like trees, right? Or flowers, plants, stems with thorns, and then also a nest that's been built, right? Where she is now taking the time to put her heart back together. She's knitting it back together. And yes, heart, but also soul and who you are as a total light being here at this time. Put yourself back together in what you always imagined you were. Because depending on how old you are when you see this, you've probably had a lot of life experiences that didn't happen the way you wanted them to. And it was for a multitude of reasons. One, you probably weren't in control of your power. You didn't know how powerful you were. And two, it could be contracts that you came here to have intentionally to feel that, because you're just that powerful and you want to be able to experience all that you could, right? But that means that who you are now is probably somebody you never thought you would be. And it's okay to want to get back to that other person. It's okay to want to get back to who you identify with at like your innermost self, like at that soul level. Like, are you doing things that don't feel good anymore? Maybe they passed the time. Maybe they just were fillers because you didn't have anything else to focus on, or you didn't know what to focus on. But now that you can feel like they don't fit, it's time to do something else, right? It's time to go ahead and find the things that do fit. Create that life that you value and that you always wanted. I feel like we went through a lot of inner child healing recently, like with mother wounds and father wounds and all kinds of things popping up. And now it's like we're moving into inner teenager. And teenager, like teen years, were fun because you were just discovering who you were, what you liked, and you had the freedom to physically go and do things and decide how you dress and decide what you spent your time doing instead of just being in a schedule for somebody else. And I feel like that's where we are. So we're at that precipice of either getting back in touch with that or going into the person we always wanted to be when we were that age. When we were that time span, right? Of experiences, all the things, all the new social interactions with your own independence. Like, there's a huge awakening that happens when you're going through your puberty and your adolescence and all of those things, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And if you are going through that now, then you are part of the collective. You are part of the awakening, the ascension process that is happening on the planet. And by ascension process, here's the thing. It always reminded me of the rapture when I first heard it. I heard ascension and I just saw things being pulled into the light. And I'm like, what's the fucking same thing? It's the rapture. And it's like, woohoo, right? But it's not just that. It's literally just the level of consciousness on the planet being raised. We're not all turning into light bodies. It's not like you reach a certain level and then you're done. Because the more you become conscious about everything around you, not just yourself, but then the world, right? And all the experiences and all the tragedies and all the everything that's happening outside of you seemingly, then you get to a point where it's already raised because you're past that base primal feral level. You can see things better. You have more understanding of what is actually happening and what power you hold in your own reality. And then you have to redesign your life from that to move into the next level of yourself. And if not, then you're just stuck in the angsty teenage years of your own spiritual development. And nobody wants that. Like, you're not going to be a happy person there. So you have to integrate and decide where you want to go next and then pursue that. There comes a point in the raising of consciousness where you understand fully that it is just you, completely you. Every single action is you. And you are responsible for what that is. And you are responsible for the effect that that has on your future self. So either put into something good and make it fucking happen, or settle with the fact that you're always going to feel exactly how you feel. I'm going to see if there's any other cards coming through, because I feel like that got pretty heated pretty quick. My apologies. Guides, do you have any further advice, any further clarity that you would like to offer those that are watching at this time? How can they weave together the crown that they deserve? What healing do they need to take place for themselves, focus on to get to this next level for their highest good? King of Cups. I love that this was like, hey, spiritual awakening. And then he's just like chilling with his sound bowl, getting his healing on. Right? And I mean, you see like the similarities. The nest is circled, right? She's in it. It's providing her a place to heal. He's got this sound bowl, which provides healing energies, healing frequencies. When you sit with that and let that resonate through your whole self, your physical body, it creates healing for you on different levels, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, depending on what frequency you're listening to. And I really love it because, King of Cups is the strongest card level in matters that are dealt with the heart, right? Emotions, things of that nature. And for me, emotion is just energy in motion. And your heart is so powerful. It is where you will feel all the deepest cuts, right? It's where you will feel all the greatest joys. And it can spread that out, whether it's high vibe or low vibe. Like, that is the frequency that you emit. So for him to be doing activities that are healing and chasing that enlightenment, I mean, look what he has. Look at the light around his head and the crown above his head, right? Peaceful. The other thing I get is, like, his hair looks white, but he doesn't look old. Like, signifying the wisdom that he has in matters of the heart, in matters of the emotions, right? In love, in protecting and knowing how to navigate everything that comes through his heart. So take the time to heal, right? Integrate all of that, all of those emotions, all of the experiences you've had up to this point, and use them to rebuild the life that you deserve, the crown that you deserve, what you thought you were going for. Like, nothing is one and done. Like, we were brought up, or at least I was brought up to believe that, you know, you did all the things you were supposed to do, and you go to school, and you get the job, and you get married, and you have the kids, and that's it. You are just what you do. You are, it's a given that you're a parent. It's a given that you have this type of job and this type of car, and you drive or you go here on this vacation. Like, it's just a very expected lifestyle, but it doesn't fit. And it's not one and done. You can change it at any time. You could have that and then realize, I want more, then add more. You can have it and realize, I don't want this at all, and you can leave everything behind legally. Please do not do the things, and go start over. And just because that popped in my head, the reason why I said that is because at some point in your life, you will probably be in a situation where you want to run the fuck away from it all, screaming, like, look back, don't never look back, close the door, that's it, done, right? But what you're saddled with, the other obligations you have, is going to change your ability to do that. Like, if you have kids, you can't just be leaving your kids, right? You got to take your kids. You can't be killing your kids. We don't do that here. We don't do that as a mean to set ourselves free. Like, that's not okay. And you have bigger issues if you think that it is, right? Which should go without saying, but geez, you've seen all the reports. Anyways, I digress. You can start over. You can do what you need to do, obviously, within reason here. And really put your heart behind it, right? It's the King of Cups. It's not the page. It's not the one. It's not the like four. It's the king. Like, he has mastered this. So look at everything you have going around you. What do you want to be different moving forward? If you know that this is it, say this is your last year on earth, what do you want to do with it? Live like that. Live like, hey, I've got a very set deadline to do the things I want to do, and it involves changing who I'm around. It involves changing the things that I listen to, not because I feel obligated, like I have to, but because I desire to, because I want to, because I want more for myself. So if that's you, that's probably why you were led to this video. I hope it helps. If you have any questions, you can shoot me an email. You can check out all the crap on my link tree if you want to stalk me. I love you, and I hope that you have the best day and the best week ever.